All right, so today is the World Statistics Day, and it's the second commemoration after the one that was held in 2010, of course. Well, this year's theme emphasizes the critical role of high-quality official statistical information in analysis and informed policy decision-making in support of sustainable development. It also reflects the importance of sustainable national statistical capacity to produce reliable and timely statistics and indicators measuring a country's progress. We have joining us now Librarian, International Council on Archives, Elvis Efe Otobo. Thank you very much for joining us, Elvis.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So operators or, statisticians like yourself, librarians like yourself, are saying that there is a strong link between gathering data and improving lives. Tell us how you make this connection.
Well, first I would like to correct an impression. I'm an archivist by training.
Okay.
And data, this year they are saying better data, better lives. Now, for you to improve on the life of your citizen as a nation, you need data. You can only plan for development based on accurate data that are reliable, that are credible. This year, Ban Ki-moon is trying to say that there must be a collaboration between government organizations. For example, talk about the government and the private sector. You talk about the police, the custom, the army. There should be a collaboration to ensure that data that are critical for development move around this organization. You also talk about investing in infrastructure. Nigeria today lacks credible data. We're talking about reliable data. For example, if I say, how many housing units do we need to solve our housing problem? We are going to be doing guesswork. If I say, how many women are we expecting to deliver children today? It's going to be based on guesswork. So we are saying we should move from working on estimates to working on facts, figures, things that will eventually move us to where we want to get to.
Well, it's been said that this World Statistics Day will be celebrated every 5 years. Should it take that long to collect data?
I think what the United Nations is trying to do is to sensitize nations to come to realize, to come to see the importance of official data. So we're not talking about just any data. We're talking about data that are credible, data that you can rely on in developing your infrastructure. They talk about investing. You will agree with me that Nigeria as a country will lack proper infrastructure in this regard. So they are trying to create an awareness. They want to sensitize government of nations, either private organizations, and those who work with data that will lead to development in any sector, whether in the health sector, in the transport sector, in every sector of the economy, that they should work with data that are reliable and credible. Today, as a country, even population figures are issue of national debates. They are not credible. They are not reliable. You can't rely on these figures because they are subject to political manipulations. So, but the United Nations is trying to say, now let's move from speculations. Let's come to reality. Let's work with facts, things that we can depend on in developing the nation, in building sustainable infrastructure. We don't have it.
I mean, your explanation now so far, now makes us, connect with, the porous data collection where the Chibok girls are concerned, where hostages from the northeast now in the Boko Haram captivity are concerned. Is that an extension of what you mean, how we cannot, accurately say how many people are in the Boko Haram captivity?
Yes, this is an indictment on the government. These are children who were taken from a school compound. They are supposed to have credible data. How can you get students that want to write an exam and you don't have a credible data?
Even beyond the Chibok girls now,
yes.
Of course there are numbers
yes.
In the Boko Haram captivity. Is that part of the lapses you mentioned?
These are clear lapses because the government cannot say in a good, credible terms that this is the number of Nigerians that are being held. They are all working on speculations. But in actual fact, the government should say, this person, by this name, this age, this tribe, having full information about its citizens. Then the government will say, we have 100 people with Boko Haram. These are the people held. But we don't have those facts. We are working on speculation.
So
it's an indictment on our record system.
World Statistics Day, individual countries, if I understand, are supposed to gather their own data.
Yeah.
Who monitors this? Who supervises?
Yeah, the United Nations has a body, United Nations Statistics Organization, who monitors, that can help you to interpret data when you need their help. They can help you to interpret your data. They can make your data more readable. They can make your data, they can simplify the process so that the common man can relate with this information. So they have a body, an organization that does that. But the government of the country, let's take it, for example, we operate three tiers of government. We have the local, the state, and the federal. Now, it's a shame that even the local government cannot account for the number of citizens within its territory. They don't know. It's a shame. I will give you an experience. A few months back, I was in Europe, precisely in Iceland, and I went to an archival institution and I asked for a data. They gave me a file containing information of a citizen. All the school he has attended were there. The grades he scored were there. The job he had done as a citizen were there. The houses he had moved from. At the time he moved, all those informations were in the file.
I'm afraid we've run out of time, but simply, where do we start from now if we have to replicate that?
We talk about the world level, we are talking about elections. We can begin to gather data, credible data from that level, from the world level, from the local government level. Local government gets the information at that grassroots, the state can pick it up and develop, and move to the federal. Then we have a comprehensive, look at what BBN is doing right now in the financial. This is the data. We have been able to synchronize. Now you can have an account just by putting your data. You can figure out all the banks where you hold accounts. So there's no hiding place. So we need the data that our citizens will be able, we can capture for national, sustainable national development.
All right. Thank you very much, Elvis Efe Otobo. Thank you very much for bringing your experience now at bear.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right, you're watching TVC News Hour. There'll be more after the break. Stay with us.